Right. We learn how to save input. We learn how to save inputs to a file that we have learned in the previous, actually previous class. I can remember it's like 1 or 2 months ago, we did file reading and file writing. And that is how we saved kind of input and output to a storage device. So that is one method of saving data. And there's another method which is more organized than the files traditional file method. The traditional files, the main issue is creating a link. So when you save in a file, let's say you are going to save, so don't read this now for the moment, just listen. Let's say you are going to save in a file, and when you're saving into a file, let's say you have marks, you are saving it to the mark file. Then you have student details, you are saving that to the student details file. Let's say you have teacher details, you are saving that to the teacher details file. Then you have class details, you're saving that to the class detail file. But after saving, how you supposed to link these files? That is the main issue of the file system. The flat file system, it is really inconvenient to link files. Okay, let's say in one file you have the student ID and marks. So let's think about a scenario like that. I'm going to just go to a new page and let's draw this kind of scenario. Let's say there's a file. In this, there's one file. In that file, this is file number 1. Inside file number 1, you have details of students. Inside the file number 1, you have details of students. Let's draw a table. And in this table, so basically you're going to put information. Let's cut the table and put it inside this. Edit text, add text. Just put in the table inside this. Okay, this is file number 1. In file number 1, you have student details. Let's say in this file, you have student details. And how student details are saved? You have student ID, STID, first name, middle name, and last name, then the address, and then the TP. And you have details of the student. Let's say 001 is like student name, first name is AA, second name BB, so last name is CC, address is like to ABC Candy, something like that, and the TP number, so some number. So likewise, you have student details. So there's another student that is 001. After 001, 002 is there, and 002 name is like something, and there's another address. And you have another telephone number. Okay, so likewise, you have student details in one file. There's another file. Let's assume there's another file. In the second file, you have marks, student ID, and you have maths, English, science. Yeah, that's enough. Maths, English, and science marks. That is there in the, this is actually marks file. That is separate, another separate, maybe Excel file, another separate Excel file. It has all these things. Sorry, I have to delete entire set, delete columns. Okay, done. Now the marks. And you have another table that is, let's say, the task details. Class details. Let's say student 1 in grade and medium class. Grade medium class. So student 1 in grade 11 and medium is English medium and class is 11A medium. And student 2 is in grade 10 and medium is Sinhala medium and class is let's say B, 11B. This is 11A, 10B. Likewise, class details. Okay, so this is the traditional organization of files. Traditional flat file system. Data are stored independently. If you need to link, need to manually find it. If you need to update, another issue, need to update all files. Let's say student number 1 is AAA. So the student number, so this student has actually, this student number has changed to number 002 or 003. Then you have to update this table, and this table. These are the marks, right? Sorry, I didn't put the marks. It's my mistake. Okay. So let's say student number 1 is updated. You have to update all 3 tables. Let's say mark of student. So let's say student number 2. So this student actually decided to go to another class. Then you have to update this table and by manually find in the link and all files. So that is issue. So if you need to deal, let's say student number 1, actually student number 1 has transferred to another school. Then you have to delete this record, and this record, all 3 records. Right? So this record, and this record, all 3 records. If you need to delete, need to delete from all files. If you need to update, right? Okay. So linking, updating, deleting. So there are issues in traditional file system. So traditional flat file system, because you have to manually go to the file. Flat file system, Excel file, Word file, manual file. So think about manual files where you are just keeping the files in the files and folders. If you want to change, you have to change everything. If you need to delete, you have to delete from every file. If you need to update in every file. So if you need to find details, let's say a teacher want to find, okay, grade 10B. So teacher want to find 10B student, number 2. Then teacher need to remember this number and go to this table and find the details of this. And then teacher want to find marks, then go to this table and find marks. No link. No link. You have to access this file, then close this file and access this file, then access this file and find the details. Now you know the marks and the address, everything. Now you can call the parent and inform about the marks. Okay, so this is the issue of file system, traditional file system. Kindly draw that and show how traditional file system looks like and what are the issues in this traditional file system issues. Please write down the traditional file system heading and then write down the issues and then draw these tables, please. Flat file system. Flat file system works in this way. So the solution is relational databases. So why we discuss about the flat file? Because the solution to this problem is relational databases. So please write as a solution to this problem. So when there's a problem, there should be solution as well. No? Problem itself is not enough. If you're having a problem, there should be a solution. Okay, the solution to this problem is called relational databases. Solution, relational databases. Relational databases. These databases are having special file organization. Please write with me. These databases are having special file organization, which is basically using tables or relations, is basically created by using tables or relations, and those tables are linked to each other using different integrity constraints, such as primary key, foreign key, primary keys, and foreign keys. Let's learn what are these, right? The solution for this problem, so solution for insertion anomaly, deletion anomaly, and updation anomaly. So solution for this is integrity constraints, right? Solution for this is integrity constraints. And when there are integrity constraints, so these are different integrity constraints. So these different integrity constraints, and those are called primary key constraint, foreign key constraint. So let's learn. But anyway, these tables are linked. Linked relations or tables are allowing cascade updates, deletes, and combined selections to generate dynamic views. So these terms are technological, but don't think much. Linked relations or tables are allowing cascade update and deletes, cascade updates, deletes, and combined selection using combined selections to generate dynamic views. What is this? So all are like Greek, the Greek is linked relations. එකිනෙකට සම්බන්ධ වෙලා තියෙන relations. Allowing cascade update කියලා කියන්නේ මෙහෙමයි. මෙතන update කරද්දී මෙතන 003 කරද්දී automatically මෙතන tree වෙලා මෙතන tree වෙනවා. That is called cascade update. ඒ වගේම මෙයා delete කරද්දී when I delete this, automatically this record will also be deleted and this record will also be deleted. That is cascade delete. Cascade update, cascade delete කියන්නේ ඒකයි. එකක් delete කරද්දී ඒකට සම්බන්ධ සියලු මේවා delete වෙනවා. එකක් delete කරද්දී ඒකට සම්බන්ධ සියලු මේවා update වෙනවා. එකක් update කරන්නේ. ඒ වගේම combined selections. ඒ කියන්නේ මට ගන්න පුළුවන් එකපාරම මම ගන්නවා මේ table එකෙන් address, telephone number, මේ table එකෙන් maths marks, මේ table එකෙන් 10 B ළමයි. ඒතකොට මට අලුත් එකක් හදා ගන්න පුළුවන් 10 B ළමයින්ගේ maths mark එක්ක address and telephone numbers. ඒතකොට maths teacher එක ඕන වෙනවනේ. Maths teacher 10B class maths teacher needs 10B class maths teacher needs maths marks of all the students with their contact numbers. එතකොට මේ table තුනෙන්ම data ගන්න වෙනවා. එතකොට teacher ඕන විදිහට 10B ළමයි තෝරාගෙන ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ address, telephone numbers මෙතනින් අරගෙන ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ maths mark මෙතනින් අරගන්න පුළුවන්. That is called combined selection to generate dynamic views. Right? So now the problem is solved because now we can link the tables. Not only linking the table, we can update the tables together and you can delete the data together. So that is the advantage of using relational databases. Okay, now we have to learn what is the database concept. Now we know why relational database is needed. So if you have any technical difficulty, anything difficult, anything you cannot understand, please ask, because this chapter is new to you, I believe. So except if you are coming for 2021 batch and if you are coming for the theory cover up, then you know this. But if you are in 2022 class, we have never done this before. This is the first time that we are doing databases. Then you might have difficulties, but you have to talk. මට එහෙම අමාරු නෑ නේ පුතේ මම කාලයක් තිස්සේ කරලා මම මේ කරන්නේ 150 වෙනි 160 වෙනි වතාව වෙන්න පුළුවන් මේ database පාඩම. Because I'm doing this for you all, I'm doing this for Sinhala medium students, I'm doing this for university students, I'm doing this for high national diploma students, I'm doing this for BIT undergraduates, and for some special courses like software engineering, web engineering students, and teen programmer courses. So probably I have done this more than 200 times. For me, this is easy. But for you, this is the first time. So you have to ask the questions. ඔයාලගේ ටෙම්පර් එක ඔයාලට මේක දැනෙන විදිය මට දැනෙන්නේ ඔයාලා කතා කරොත්. ඒකයි මම හැම වෙලේම කරදර කරන්නේ. Please talk. තේරුම් නැත්නම් වැඩක් නැහැ නේද? පාඩමකට ඉඳලා අපරාධනේ. එහෙනම් තේරුම් ගන්න උත්සාහ කරන්න. Okay. Right. Then we have to learn, yes, a database. So then these terms are important terms, right? These terms are very important terms where you have to learn these terms first. Right. Database is a collection of interrelated tables. Database is a collection of interrelated tables or relations, which is used to use and manipulate data and information. Database එකක් කියන්නේ table ගොඩක එකතුවක්. ඒවා එකිනෙකට සම්බන්ධ වෙලා තියෙනවා. These should be interrelated. These tables or relations should be interrelated. And that is used to store and manipulate data. What is table then? Table එකක් දැන් මෙතනත් තිබ්බනේ. A table is collection of records. දැන් මේ අතර තියෙන ඒවාට අපි කියනවා. So if I draw this side, let's say I'm using red color. These things, this is a record. This is actually class details of 001 student. This is class details of 002 student. Those are records. If you take interrelated records, interrelated නැත්නම් එකිනෙකට සම්බන්ධ record එක වගේ record නේ. එක type එකේ record. ඒ record වලින් තමයි database හැදෙන්නේ. Table එකක් හැදෙන්නේ. Table is created using interrelated rows. These rows are sometimes called tuples, right? Interrelated rows or tuples. So we use interrelated rows or tuples to create a table. Then how this row is created? How this row is created? That is the next problem. The row එකක් හැදෙන්නේ කොහොමද? Okay, let's take a row. Let's take a student details row. This row. Okay, how this row is created? This row has details of student number 2. His first name, his middle name, his last name, his address, and his telephone number. So whatever, so always his, or her first name, her second name, her last name, her address, and her telephone number, whatever related to the particular specific person. Okay, then related data items or related fields. Fields related to an entity, a person, together creates a row or tuple. ඒ කියන්නේ එකිනෙකට සම්බන්ධ fields එක්කෙනෙක් ගැන හෝ එක entity එකක් ගැන එකිනෙකට සම්බන්ධ fields එකතු වෙලා තමයි row එකක් හැදෙන්නේ. How these fields are created? If you take a field, these related data items, all student IDs, all maths marks, all English marks, the related data items will create related data item will create a field. And finally, what is data? Data are raw facts about something, someone, or some concept. Okay, so that is the shortest way to define these concepts. So please write down this part as well. So only write down up to this level, right? Database is a collection of, and table is a collection of interrelated records or tuples. A meaningful set of field values related to a subject or entity is called record. And the field, a collection of data item information which has similar properties, is called a field. So please write down this quickly. Okay. To implement this structure and to insert data, we are using a language that is a 4th generation language, basically. The language which is used to write DDL and DML, DCL, TCL queries, but you don't have DCL and TCL in A-level syllabus, right? So in order to create this database, you need SQL, structured query language. DDL is actually, it's creating the database. It's creating the structures, tables, databases. To create that, structural changes in database tables, view. So think about that bee honey. Me pani තියෙන me වදයක් ගැන හිතන්නකෝ. එතකොට me වදේ තියෙන me pani තමයි content එක. Me වදේ කියන්නේ structure එක. Think about seashells, corals. Corals are the structure. That is the structure. Skeleton is the structure. Coral skeleton is the structure. ඒකේ ඉන්න coral ලා තමයි ඇතුළේම ඉන්න ජීවියෝ. ඉතින් එතකොට skeleton එකක් ඕන මේ ජීවියෙන් තියෙන skeleton එක විතරක් ගත්තම වැඩක් නෑ. Skeleton is the this is the skeleton actually. Database and tables are the skeleton. Database and table, that is the skeleton. So using this skeleton, using this structure, we can insert data, and DDL is used to do that. Sorry, DDL is to use the DDL is to create the structure, and DML is used to insert and manage data. And DCL is setting the permissions. That is for the security purpose. Who can control which data? That is the role of DCL and TCL. So which data items can be accessed, which ways, concurrent, especially when there are concurrent or simultaneous transactions, TCL is used to manage the transactions. So if you want to withdraw money from ATM, the same time someone else is withdrawing money from the same account using the bank. Okay, so let's say your bank has 10,000 balance. Let's say in your bank you have 10,000 balance, 10K balance, and one is trying to withdraw using ATM. ATM withdrawal is, let's say 8K withdrawal will be there from ATM. Same time another is trying to withdraw from the bank, and that person is trying to withdraw 6,000. Same time, right? 6,000. One is withdrawing 6,000. So balance is 10,000. You can withdraw 6,000, no matter. Balance is 10,000. So you can withdraw 8,000, no matter. So can we allow both transactions together? දෙකටම එකපාර ඉඩ දෙන්න පුළුවන්ද? Because you have 10K balance. 10,000කින් 8,000ක් ගන්නත් පුළුවන්. 10,000කින් 6,000ක් ගන්නත් පුළුවන්. Can we allow both transactions to happen together? Yes or no? At least try to answer that kind of question. That is general knowledge, right? You have 10,000 balance in your account. One is trying to withdraw 8,000. Another one is trying to withdraw 6,000 from another location. So both are valid transactions because you have 10,000, 8,000 can be withdrawn. And if you have 10,000, 6,000 can also be withdrawn. So, but can both of them withdraw simultaneously? Same time. Can or cannot?
Cannot.
Yeah, it's not possible. If they withdraw like this, then 8,000 plus 6,000 will be 14,000, where you have 10,000 balance. So bank will give you 14,000 money. So that should not be allowed simultaneously. So that is where TCL helps. TCL helps to handle this simultaneous or concurrent transaction. It will lock one transaction, then only the other can happen. If this happens first, it will lock this transaction, then only this can happen. And this will also ensure half-away transactions are not there. Half-away transactions are not valid. half-away transactions කියන්නේ you withdraw money is deducted from your account. සල්ලි account එකෙන් අඩු වෙනවා, but no physical cash come out from the ATM. That is half-away transaction. ඒ කියන්නේ සල්ලි කැපෙනවා බැංකුවෙන්. හැබැයි ATM එකෙන් සල්ලි එන්නේ. එහෙම ඒවා වෙන්න බෑ. Then you have to reverse the transaction. ඒ වගේම ATM එකෙන් සල්ලි එනවා. සල්ලි කැපෙන්නේ. එහෙම ඒවා වෙන්නත් බෑ. එහෙම වුණොත් බැංකුවට පාඩුයි. අර විදිහට කලින් විදිහට සල්ලි කැපුණා ATM එකෙන් සල්ලි ආවේ නැත්නම් ඔයාලට පාඩුයි. ඔය දෙකම වෙන්න බෑ. So TCL is handling those kind of transactions. DCL is the permission, TCL is handling transaction. Okay, DBMS, finally, what is DBMS? DBMS is the software which is used to do all these transactions, all these SQLs, which is used to write and define all these SQL stuff. That is DBMS, that is the software. Similar to IDE in programming. So ideally in programming, DBMS help all these things to happen in their database system. DBMS is the software assisting that. Okay, now you can write that part also. What is DBMS? What is SQL? What is DDL, DML, DCL, and TCL? So please write down this as well. Then I'll show you how to install SQL in your computer. So that I'll do next. So first of all, please write down this. So please reconnect if you disconnect. Then the next part, I'll teach you how to install SQL in your computer.